artist versus trying to make a living with your music, trying to create all these income streams. The artist side of you is this kind of untouchable, intangible. An artist can just go, I'm an artist, so that justifies everything that I do. And it's true. If you just go into that artist space where you make your own rules, you do it the way you want to do it, you may be an innovator, nobody can tell you how to do it, that's a great place to be. But now if you're trying to be that artist and be a commercial success, and commercial is not a dirty word, it just means a lot of people like your stuff. If you want a lot of people to like your stuff, then you kind of have to start catering it toward that audience. And writing as a collaboration helps you to take it to that level and pick up things that you might not be noticing, or elevate a line, or, there's so many things we just kind of overlook. Just as human beings, we just tend to skip over things. It's kind of like our ability to read sentences. If you take out all the vowels, we can still kind of read it because we fill in the blanks, or we just skim over the top and we thought we got it all and go, did you notice there were no A's in that sentence? Oh, no, I didn't. You go back and then you see it. With a collaborator, they are the ones going, oh, wait, there's no A's in this sentence. And then you go back and you take another look and you go, wow, you're right. Let's make it better. So a collaborator there's always this forward progress happening because you're bouncing your ideas off of that person, improving on it, but with their feedback. And then you improve on that feedback until it's done, until it's as good as you know how to make it.
And approaching it from an artistic standpoint, from a truly collaborative standpoint, for the sake of the art standpoint, versus 2 or 3 people or however many people are collaborating, a bunch of people in there trying to be the smartest person in the room. Right. It's a completely, and I've experienced the latter a lot. I don't think I've ever quite completely experienced the what we're talking about. So I guess that's, that when you sort of realize that the reason why you did the few times that you would have had that opportunity in the past, that you didn't get the experience that it could have been because of your own ego. Save that shit for when there's a check involved and maybe the fight does, but if it's not business, just keep it art, and it's hard. It's hard. Like you said, it's hard to hear somebody say, yeah, that's not too good.
So here's a funny story that's not funny at all. Steve Corey, was just here the other day and we were having a conversation. He's about to turn 78 and we were talking about career journeys and mistakes. And I'm like, tell me some of your biggest mistakes. We're like, what got in your way as an artist along the road? And he's like, well, looking back, there's one that stood out that he told me about, which was his ego got in the way. He thought that his songs were his songs and you're not going to change them. And one of his songs got taken back in the 70s, I believe it was. Late 60s or early 70s, somewhere in there. And it was taken to New York City and there were various artists. And one of the artists really liked the song. The producers liked the song. They wanted to use the song, but they wanted to change the song. And he said, screw you. You're not changing my song. Do it as it's done or don't do it. And they went, okay, don't do it. And they moved on. And I believe it was Glenn Campbell. Who was relatively unknown at the time, but then obviously blew up. And then Steve Corey's sitting there still in Cortland, New York going, what if I had just let them do what they do? And now he'll tell you, because we collaborate all the time, that the best songs will come if you let people tear apart your work and make it better. Bring your stuff to the table, but don't let your ego get in the way. And opportunities will happen because of it, because it does get better. or people get to put their 2 cents in. You look, a lot of these country artists nowadays, had a conversation in Nashville in a writing session, and there was one particular artist they had written for. The song was done, and the artist liked it, and the producers liked it, and they were going to use the song anyway. But the artist likes to be a writer as well often. So the artist will come in and go, well, what if we change these 2-3 words? And now they get to go, we wrote the song. So the thing you need to do is just let people do what they do. You want to be a writer on the song? Go for it. Let's change a few more words. And maybe if we change and to the, maybe it gets better. Okay, yeah, it's a little better. Let's go with it. Don't resist. Don't say, screw you. You can't mess with my brilliant work. Play well in the sandbox and you'll go a lot further.